We're going to talk a little bit about level design with Matthew here on Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition. And sort of, when it comes to designing Diablo levels, of course, it's changed so much since the original game, and now with Reaper of Souls and the whole sort of adventure mode and that sort of thing. What has gone into sort of revisiting the levels in this Ultimate Evil Edition?
Well, so for the Ultimate Evil Edition, what we really focused on was the bosses more than anything else, and the monsters themselves, how they were going to behave with you. They're a little bit different on console sometimes than they are on PC. We have to make sure that your experience with them is going to be as awesome as possible. So we tweak them a little bit. Sometimes we make bigger changes. On the original version of the game on console, we really changed the Belial fight, for instance. So things like that. So we make sure that the boss fights and the monsters work well on console. The levels themselves, you know, because the next-gen consoles are so powerful, because our engineers did such great work, we're very fortunate that all the levels are able to be on console the same way as they were designed on PC. We have adventure mode that functions exactly the same way. We have the Nephilim rifts that function the same way. So we're very fortunate that through the hard work of our engineers, all the work that we put on the PC version finds itself back on console.
So couch co-op and sort of the perspective change doesn't really influence that, or are there places where you have to tweak that?
So couch co-op means that, and the camera being closer, means that sometimes our artists actually have to go over the levels, and we notice that some objects all of a sudden become, they occlude the camera, they're in the way, so we have a system so that your characters turn into little ghosts and shadows, you know, they're outlined so you can see them through, but sometimes it's not enough, and so what we do is actually we tweak the environment a little bit to get things out of the way, move things so that, or hide them as the camera goes over them, so that you feel all the majesty of the game and you don't all of a sudden have the top of a building in West March blocking your camera view.
So I suppose it's a nice thing to be able to work on a project for this long and sort of bring out different versions. Now, of course, the focus is very different when you do a console version, but so how does that feel for you and the team, and sort of what has come out of being able to work on a game like this?
Well, the focus in some ways is the same, which is the initial focus is how are we going to make an amazing game, and then how are we going to constantly surprise the player. And one of the great things about working on Diablo 3 for so long, like the project having lasted so long and having gone from PC to console is that every time we bring out a new version of the game, whether it's Reaper of Souls on PC or the Ultimate Evil Edition now on consoles, we take all the work that had been done before, and then we see, oh, how can we improve it? How can we refine it? So when we shipped the original game on console, there were some things we added to the console, and then we got the feedback from players, and we were like, oh, okay, how could we bring that to PC? All the cool stuff that was done on Reaper, what are we going to bring onto the console version? So it's nice that we get to keep working on the game, keep improving it, keep delivering awesome stuff to the players, and always sort of, you know, surprising them. So for instance, in the Ultimate Evil Edition, we're bringing sidekick mode. We want you to feel as if you could play with your friends at any time. So if your friend has a much lower level character, he's still going to be able to play with you. We boost him up very shortly. We boost him up during the time of your playing together, but you don't get loot that's too high level. The loot is level appropriate. Your powers don't change, so you can play with your friend at any level. That's the kind of little thing that we add to the game, and we're really fortunate to be able to do that because we're constantly working on it.
And I guess that also sort of the marriage of someone just sitting down on the couch playing with a friend every now and then, and perhaps not having the time to level up, but still being able to play on the same level and contribute.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was very important because we really wanted to remove any friction for you to play with your friends. So some of our ideas allow you, like the Nemesis system, to play asynchronously. So you and I might not play together, but we feel like we're part of the same universe. For Apprentice mode, it's more, you and I decide we're going to play together. I don't have enough time. We come back to the couch, you're level 60, I'm level 12, you know, what are we gonna do? So this really allows us to then keep going. I get a little bit more experience than I would have normally, so I boosted a little bit so I can try and catch up, but really I'm still going through the game at my own pace. I'm contributing to the fight. Things aren't just looking at me and I'm dying, and things aren't boring for you. It's just the same game we used to play, but we just happen to be different levels.
The high level guy isn't just the escort.
No,
There's
yeah,
not an escort
exactly.
mission.
Exactly, and for him, things are still dangerous, right? It's not, oh, well, I'm one-shotting everything. No, things are still dangerous for the higher level guy, and for the lower level character, he can still contribute. Not everything is killing him in one blow. So all of a sudden, they're still playing the game. They're still enjoying the game.
All right, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to playing it in just a week's time or something like that. Thank you so much for your time.
It's a pleasure. Comes out on the 19th.